everyone. It's Melissa Sweet here, public health journalist from Croakey. We're doing an act of walking journalism in Melbourne today. I'd like to acknowledge we're on Wurundjeri country and we have a group of people walking with us who are interested in public health matters. And we started off with an introductory periscope to introduce all the walkers to people who are following us virtually. And Ben Veness, we missed him because he just arrived 2 minutes too late. So now we're just having a hello with Ben and hearing about who you are, why you're here, and what health matters are on your mind.
Hi, thanks very much. So my name is Ben, I'm a doctor in Melbourne. I'm working on a psychiatry inpatient unit, and this sounded like a great idea to come out on a walk with some old friends and to meet some new friends, especially because actually just this week I was talking with one of my patients about being overweight and the need to do more exercise. So I thought, well, what better thing to do than avoid being completely hypocritical and try and get a bit more exercise myself this weekend. And I think it's so much easier to do that when you've got other people to do it with. So this is a really great way of both getting out, getting a bit more exercise than I would have otherwise, but also having a really fun time doing it, which I think is the ideal way of designing a public health intervention along the lines of something that's increasing people's exercise. So more of this would be great, and I really look forward to the rest of today and another one next time you organise it.
Fantastic. And what health matters have been on your mind? I'm sure health matters are always on your mind in one way or another, but in particular this week.
In particular this week, I've been thinking about the way in which the Mental Health Act is used for patients' benefit. So in particular, I've got someone who really would benefit, I think, from care but doesn't want it, and so that raises a really interesting ethical question about when do you enforce care. I guess that one in this case will be borne out next week when the Mental Health Tribunal has to decide, but there's some really important ethical principles there that we'll have to consider next time we look at the Mental Health Act.
Yeah, mental health is one of those areas of complexities, isn't it, at every level?
Yeah, really complex but very interesting as well, and trying to take into account both a patient's wishes as well as what you think might be best for them and what their carers or family want for them too is quite a fraught process at times.
And I think today, being out in the fresh air on beautiful country, a social experience, walking with people, that's all so important for mental health.
Absolutely, and that actually is one of the things that disappoints me about the way we currently care for people in involuntary settings, because you're essentially keeping people out of what I think would often be a more healing environment, and it'd be wonderful if in the future we could look at ways of treating people involuntarily but in a much kinder way, and one which I think might actually both make them more appreciative of the system that's trying to help them, but also maybe help them to recover more quickly.
And I think nature, country is a big part of a therapeutic environment, isn't it? So how can you bring that into institutions?
Yeah, exactly. And when people are sort of locked inside with very limited access to the outside world, it's difficult to see how that's necessarily helpful, but it's a consequence of a very old model of design, I think, but hopefully one that we can change in the future.
Thank you, Ben. And the National Rural Health Alliance just sent in a comment saying perhaps we could do a Croakey go in a rural area another time.
Oh, what a beautiful idea.
We would love that, you know.
A Croakey go weekend.
A Croakey
go
go
away
weekend.
For the weekend.
Okay, sure, a walking weekend. Okay, anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up?
No, that's all. I just hope to see more people next time. Great turnout today, but you're always welcome.
Thank you, Ben. Okay, we'll just turn off now, just scroll around, show the rest of the group.